Good afternoon and welcome to this Group C encounter between Slovenia and Denmark. Both of them, of course, in England's group, and we're at the Mercedes-Benz Arena in Stuttgart for Slovenia versus Denmark. Well, these two sides met in the qualifying stage as well, besides also meeting in the competition itself. And Slovenia were defeated and drew that game 2-1 in Denmark, 1-1 in Slovenia. In fact, in Slovenia's short time as an independent nation since the fall of the former Yugoslav Republic, Slovenia have never beaten Denmark in 6 attempts. There's been 1 draw and 5 losses in meetings between the two teams. For commentary today, we have Jack Hessen with us today. And Jack, how are you, my friend? What's the atmosphere like in Stuttgart today?
Yeah, very good afternoon to you, Paul. And yeah, it's a beautiful stadium. It's packed to the rafters. The anthem's blaring out just now. Everybody's ready for what's hoping to be another excellent game. Every game's been filled with goals at the moment, and I expect nothing less for these two. Of course, as you mentioned, they played each other in the qualifiers. Both finished on 22 points together to go over in first and second, so they've got previous. Yeah, I'm expecting a really good game here.
Awesome. Well, I also have to ask you, Jack, have you recovered from Friday, my friend?
I have no idea what you're talking about, mate. What game happened on Friday? No, it's that's what's going to happen. You're playing the host in the major tournament, playing the host nation. They were obviously on their A game. Scotland relied on them having an off game. That never happened. The red card and the penalty made it even worse. So in the end, I was quite happy to come away with a 5-1 loss and not much worse, to be honest.
Okay, well, I will not give you any more digs on that at all. I'll be kind to you. In Stuttgart, they are hosting 5 games in this competition, also including the hosts on Wednesday, the 19th of June, when Germany take on Hungary there. They also host a Scotland game against Hungary and Ukraine and Belgium, and this stadium will also hold one of the quarterfinals as well. And it's a beautiful stadium holding 54,000, and of course, VfB Stuttgart play at that stadium. And just looking at the city of Stuttgart as a whole, it is located in the heart of the southwest of Germany, has an outstanding history in the automotive industry, thriving wine activity thanks to the mild climate and rich soil of the Nectar Valley, and cultural diversity with a worldwide population. In addition, there is so many opportunities to enjoy spectacular panoramic views from the vineyards or hiking on the hills in the surrounding city. And born in Brazil, former striker Kaká became a German citizen during an 11-year spell at Stuttgart. He played 23 games for his adopted country and featured at the 2010 World Cup final. And, well, beautiful city. Maybe go and visit there sometime. But right now, we are focusing on Slovenia and Denmark, both of them in England's group, of course, as England will take on Slovenia later, a game that you can hear on the commentary hub. Nicholas Jones is going to bring you that game later on. For now, we're focusing on the other two teams in England's group. And Jack, maybe give us an idea here. Do you think Denmark are going to qualify? Do you think Slovenia actually have a chance in this group?
I think they do, yeah. I think it's going to be probably more tightly contested between Denmark, Serbia and Slovenia, but we'll see how the game later on pans out to see if that remains the case. But of course, just the fact that you only need to finish third place, you only need to finish on a minimum 3 points and have decent goal difference potentially, but 4 points in third place can also get you through. Definitely, I think it's the same way almost every team at this tournament still does, always still the chance that they could go through to the next round with that third place qualification.
All right, well, it looks like the teams are on the pitch. The national anthems are done. The referee has got the both captains at the centre of the field, so I will pass you over to our commentator today, Jack Hessen. It's nice to hear from him again. Great to be working with him again, and he'll take over from here and give you the team news.
Thank you very much, Paul, and yet we are almost ready to go here. Just quickly run through the lineup. Jan Oblak, one of the legendary Atletico Madrid goalkeepers, making his first start in a major tournament for Slovenia. In goals, a backline of Karnacic, Djukic, and Nyanza midfield four of Stefanovic, Stefan, Ilfik, Maka, and an attacking front three, Benjamin Sesko, and Panathinaikos striker Andras Sprora. As for Denmark, an experienced team in major tournaments, and it's the veteran Kasper Schmeichel starting in goal. Backline of Vestergaard, Andersen, and Christensen. Midfield of Christiansen, Pierre-Emil Højbjerg, Kjellman, and Alexander Bahr. Christian Eriksen, the legendary Danish midfielder, starting, and just in front is Rasmus Højlund of Man United and Jonas Vind. And we are almost ready to kick off in Stuttgart. The team's at the ready. I said, expecting a really good game here. Every game so far, minimum of 3 goals. And in most games, goals in the opening 20 minutes. So, again, expecting a great game here. It's going to be Slovenia in all white to kick off towards the right-hand side of the main stand. Denmark wearing all red. And, as I said, just getting ready for kick-off here. It's going to be Andres Sprora to kick us off. And here we go for Slovenia's tournament beginning. And it's headed down at the back. And Denmark recover the ball quickly with Kasper Schmeichel. Schmeichel looking to get the ball on the ground, gives it to Joachim Andersen, to Christiansen, playing it left wing back to Vestergaard. Vestergaard now in the back line, looking to switch it towards Andres Christensen, formerly of Chelsea, now at Barcelona. It's played forward towards Kjellman. Good interchange there, but Denmark going to take the ball back in their own position. Christensen out to Andersen, even out to Christensen, back to Andersen. Denmark just keeping the ball with themselves at the moment in the opening minute of the game. Vestergaard out to Christiansen back to Vestergaard. Again, Denmark probing in the early stages, trying to figure out exactly what Slovenia are going to do, if they're going to make any moves forward, but they're comfortable in possession at the moment. It's back to Andres Christensen. That's a lovely switch ball towards Victor Christiansen. Can he keep it in? He just about keeps it in there. He's going to square up to the Slovenia defender, and it's played just on the edge of the area. It's flicked in, and it's all cleared away by the Denmark player. I believe that was Christian Eriksen. It goes back out to Andersen on the right-hand side, whipped in and cleared away. And now Slovenia going to try and launch a counter-attack, but Denmark recover the ball. Victor Christiansen now plays it in the middle to Hjormund. Eriksen there to cover the loose ball. And Denmark, as I said, dominate possession in the early stages. Jonas Vind there. Ball picked up loose once again by Pierre-Emil Højbjerg of Tottenham Hotspur. He's got options on his left-hand side, but he's going up to try and drive forward. Then he plays it to Victor Christiansen, who's had a lot of the ball in the opening couple of minutes. Christiansen did a change with Christian Eriksen. Almost through there, and Slovenia are able to recover. But the ball falls lumped forward and back in Denmark possession. I feel like it's been all Denmark so far. Play has actually stopped. It looks like Rasmus Højlund on the ground with his boot off, holding his foot. That'll be terrible for them if there's any problem. That happened on the resulting clearance. Højlund fell to the ground, clattered into Elsnik. His boot fell off. It's hard to see exactly what happened. Boot fell off, and then I believe maybe Elsnik took a nick on his boot onto his foot. Perhaps a bit of a sore one, but he's back up on his feet now, luckily for Denmark. And it's going to be Denmark with the drop ball. Vestergaard. Interchange with Hjormund. Back to Vestergaard even. Hjormund. Again, Denmark just keeping it in the back line at the moment. It's switched to the right-hand side to Joachim Andersen. He plays 1-2 with Bahr. Back to Andersen. To Andres Christensen, who's playing the centre of that three centre-half pairing. A really strong centre-half pairing. Lots of experience between the three centre-halves, as particularly Christensen from Chelsea, now at Barcelona. It's now Bahr on the right-hand side. Tries an interchange with Morten Hjormund. And it's going to go out for a throw-in on the far side, just inside the attacking final third for Denmark. Slovenia starting on the back foot here. Just to back the way to Joachim Andersen. Andersen to Christiansen. Andersen looking for his options. He's got space on the left-hand side, but opts to switch it to his right to Christiansen. Ba. Good interchange between Ba and Hjulmand. And it's just loose ball by Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Takes a heavy touch on it, but he's able to recover. And here come Denmark. Again, it's Hjulmand out to, or Højbjerg even on the left-hand side. Out to Christiansen. Christiansen back into the middle to Jonas Vind, who tries to play the ball up to Rasmus Højlund, but it's cleared away by Drakovic. And Christiansen is there to pick up the ball. Christian Eriksen plays it back to Vestergaard. Back to Eriksen, back to Vestergaard. Vestergaard now to Christiansen. And as I say, Denmark just being patient on possession at the moment. Christiansen on the left-hand side, dispossessed, and does Slovenia have a counter-attack on the way here? Yes, they do. It's Sproa, or Stevanovic even. Stevanovic out to Sproa on the right-hand side. He's got space to try and whip it in, and it's cleared away by the Danish defender out towards Vestergaard. Vestergaard now on space trying to fashion something, but Slovenia are able to recover the ball with Kranjčík. But the loose ball again falls to a foul on Christian Eriksen. A really scrappy start to the game so far for both these sides. Christian Eriksen, they are fouled by Alexander Søren. And Denmark have the ball again. They take it short to their back line, which have had most of possession so far for Denmark, who have had most of possession so far in the opening 5 minutes of this game. Still Slovenia 0, Denmark 0. And it falls to Christiansen. Christiansen to Vestergaard. Vestergaard looking for the switch with Jonas Vind, and he brings it down well. Jonas Vind can't get his footing right, and his shot is blocked and cleared away, but Denmark recover the ball, and it didn't matter anyway because it was given as an offside. So really the first sniff at goal there, and it ended up of course being an offside. A good cross ball there. Looking at the replay, it would have been a really tight decision to make. I don't think that actually did look offside, but would have been one of those ones that had it resulted in any kind of chance of course a goal, then it would have been looked at. The line's been deemed offside anyway. As I said, Jonas Vind could not get his footing right there at all, and Slovenia are able to recover the ball with Jan Oblak lumbing it towards the left-hand side with Sesko. It's lumped forward. Again, scrappy game at the moment. The ball in there quite a lot. Jensa takes the ball. And that's a great turn there by Benjamin Sesko, and he feeds the ball to Alexander Søren. Intercepted well by Joachim Andersen, but Slovenia still on the ball at the moment. Sproa feeds it off to Søren. Søren now going for a little run on the ball. Feeds it off to his right-hand side with Kranjčík. It's played into the middle. And Slovenia now with the first bit of possession really on the ball. Erik Janza now on the left-hand side tries to whip a ball towards the back post, but it's a pitiful cross and goes all the way out for a goal kick from Erik Janza. And this is, of course, Slovenia's first major tournament since the World Cup of 2010. If you remember, they were in England's group for that tournament. They beat Algeria by 1-0, drew 2 each with USA, and then it was a narrow 1-0 defeat to England, which knocked them out of the entire tournament. Only one man really is still in the team at the moment. It's Josip Ilic. He's on the bench. And the ball's lumped forward now. Denmark take the ball back with Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Victor Christiansen. Christiansen all the way back to Vestergaard. Vestergaard looking for his options forward. He feeds it to Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Højbjerg to Christiansen on the left-hand side. Christiansen, that's a good forward pass into the middle to Rasmus Højlund. That's really good interchange of play there between Højlund and Vind to Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Now it's Eriksen. Eriksen flicks it on to Højlund. Højlund towards Ba. Ba back into the middle, and it's hit away for a corner by Erik Jensa. Really dangerous ball in towards the box there from Alexander Ba. Good defending from Slovenia. Really good play there between Denmark. Eriksen flicking it on to Rasmus Højlund. Højlund, great hold-up play to spot Alexander Ba on the right-hand side, and it looked like it was going to be a beautiful ball across the face of goal, but for good defending by Erik Jensa. It's going to be the first corner of the game to be taken on the far side, whipped in by Christian Eriksen, and could not beat the first man, but there's a Danish player there to meet the clearance. It's Alexander Ba, plays the ball back towards Christiansen, the furthest man back for Denmark, by the goalkeeper, of course. Alexander Ba to Christian Eriksen. Eriksen now to Andersen. Andersen back to Ba. Denmark have retained their shape from that corner. Andres Christiansen. Christiansen to Andersen. Andersen now driving forward. He's got Alexander Ba in support. Ba back to Andersen. And now the ball goes all the way back to Andres Christiansen, who feeds it to the left-hand side. Jonas Vind, who's playing up front, dropping all the way back to support. And Denmark, as I said, probing at the moment, dominating the possession stats, but wanting that first chance of the game in the opening 10 minutes. Still Slovenia nil, Denmark nil, and that's a free kick won by Jonas Vind, and another foul by Alexander Seren, his first in the opening 10 minutes of the game, just holding on to Jonas Vind, denying him play forward, and it's going to be a free kick in a dangerous area for Pierre-Emil Højbjerg or Christian Eriksen perhaps to whip in to the mixer. A slow start to the game so far. As the possession stats dominated by Denmark in the opening 10 minutes. And they'll be looking to try and capitalise on this set piece here. 88% possession in the opening 10 minutes for Denmark. Christian Eriksen whipping the ball in. It's headed towards goal, but loops over. Pitiful effort from Andres Christiansen. It's another shot on goal, but not really one that will test a goalkeeper the calibre of Jan Oblak. Said it's incredible. Jan Oblak playing in his first ever major tournament. He didn't take part in 2010. He would have only been about 16 years old. He is only 31 years of age. It feels like he's been about for quite a long time. He was the understudy, of course, to Samir Handanovic back in the day. Only really became the number one when he retired from international football in 2015. Denmark picked the ball up there from Pierre-Emil Højbjerg, who dispossessed Elsnik in the midfield, but the referee blew a foul. Would have been a dangerous opportunity there, but Slovenia now on with some rare possession. The ball falls to Elsnik. Tries to switch it across to Jan Mlakar, who's got Erik Janza in support, but he opts to go all the way back towards Jaka Bijol, who switches the play towards Erik Janza, or Karnashik even. And Slovenia are just going to hold on to possession at the moment. They haven't had much of it in the opening stages. Vanja Drakusic back to Jan Oblak, just to calm things down a bit for Slovenia. Oblak and Drakusic back to Oblak, back to Bijol now. Plays it back to Oblak. Denmark applying a high press at the moment on the Slovenia back line, and Karnashik is able to try and lump the ball forward to relieve that pressure, but Denmark are able to pick up on the loose ball from the clearance, and it's Pierre-Emil Højbjerg to Christian Eriksen. Eriksen had a bit of space there to try not to get the pass on the right hand side, but he passes back the way towards Jannik Vestergaard and allows Denmark to try and recycle the play. Andres Christiansen now on the ball. Christiansen to Hjalmund, to Vestergaard, to Victor Christiansen, and it's Jannik Vestergaard on the ball now. And just Christiansen just passing it along the back line at the moment. Slovenia not applying a lot of pressure on them, and it's allowed the space on the left hand side for Victor Christiansen, but he's well covered there. He drags a couple of Slovenia players out to open the space up for Hjalmund in the midfield, who plays it back to Christiansen. It's a good chop there to try and get past the Slovenia defender. He's still on the ball at the moment. He's running himself into a corner. Slovenia players there, Stjekanovic, but he's able to recover. Pierre-Emil Højbjerg, quick play with Hjalmund to Jonas Vind, and the pass is just too much on it, and it goes out for a goal from Denmark. But again, Slovenia's defending really proving resolute in that situation there. Jonas Vind just running out of steam, and Drakusic was able to see it out easily for a goal kick. Slovenia on the ball now from the goal kick. They try and lump the ball forward, but then Denmark are there again, applying that really high press that's causing so many problems for Slovenia in the opening 14 minutes of this game. Still Slovenia nil, Denmark nil. It's going to be a throw-in to the Danes in a dangerous position. in Slovenia's defensive final third on the far side. Nobody's really showing for it at the moment. Alexander Ba taking the throw. He tries to lump it in towards Jonas Vind, who heads it back towards Christian Eriksen. And the loose ball almost falls to Hjulmand for the half volley, but it's a pitiful effort, and it drizzles back into the grateful arms of Jan Oblak. And again, good defending from Slovenia to limit the chance there, limit the space for Denmark in the attacking final third. Oblak takes the ball down and lumps it forward towards Sproa. Sproa's header goes all the way back to Alexander Ba, but Slovenia are able to now pick up on the loose ball and get a spell of possession. Good interchanging play there. It's flicked away, and Pierre-Emil Højbjerg is able to recover. Christiansen. Ball's played away and it's went loose, and it's going to be a fight between Drakusic and Hjulmand. Højbjerg even to get the ball. It's out for a throw in, but the referee has stopped play at the moment. They said a dangerous tackle there from Bijol on Jonas Vind, goes right through the back of him. The Danish manager really infused by that there. But Denmark take the free kick just inside the own half. Pierre-Emil Højbjerg to Christiansen. Christiansen on the ball to Joachim Andersen. Andersen to Alexander Ba. That's a lovely pass forward to Jonas Vind, who's really been covering so much ground in this game, Jonas Vind. The loose ball almost falls to Hjulmand, but Slovenia are going to try and launch a counter-attack. The pass towards Alexander Sproa is poor, but the ball has went loose again, and Slovenia pick up the ball once again. It's Besic. It's a lovely strike! Oh! So close from Sesko there. He just hits one from about 30 yards, and it's so close to the top right-hand corner from Benjamin Sesko. What a goal that would have been there. They've been struggling for options going forward, and it's clear that Benjamin Sesko just thought, I'll hit one for about 30 yards. Kasper Schmeichel was beaten in goals, and it just goes wide to the right-hand side. That's a beautiful effort from Benjamin Sesko. Perhaps a couple of yards more than what it looked initially, but a chance there really close from Slovenia, and it's going to be Rasmus Højlund of Manchester United on the ball now, and from the resulting goal kick. It's going to be recovered. Denmark going to take the throw in quickly. That's lovely flicked on. Christian Eriksen! The man with the goal! It was always going to be Christian Eriksen. That was a lovely play there from Denmark. A quick throw in catches Slovenia out, and Denmark open the scoring inside 20 minutes, 16 minutes on the clock. It's Slovenia 0, Denmark 1. And of course, after all that happened at the previous European Championships back in 2021, it was always going to be that man, the legendary midfielder for Denmark, Christian Eriksen, with the goal. Catches Slovenia out on the break. They've been so resolute in the first opening 15 minutes, but it was just a quick throw in, played in, a lovely flick on. And Christian Eriksen, he's never missing from there. Jonas Vind, beautiful flick on from the throw in to get the ball to Christian Eriksen. Takes it on the half volley and puts it into the back of the net to give Denmark the opening goal, which is no more than what they have deserved in this opening 17 minutes of the game. They've been by far the better side so far. Slovenia defending relatively well, but caught out there by a really clever bit of play from the throw-in. Lovely flick on from Jonas Vind for the assist. And Christian Eriksen getting into the space there. And he was not missing from that range. Great moment for him. And Denmark open the scoring. It did look like it was going to be a lot more of a cagier game in the opening 18 minutes. As I said, Denmark really struggled to try and break down Slovenia. And Slovenia themselves had an opportunity from goal from Benjamin Sesko just a couple of minutes prior to that. It was actually from the resulting free kick, lumped up towards that far side where the throw-in was won. So straight from Slovenia's closest opportunity in the game, Denmark are able to open the scoring, and we have kicked off again here. It's Victor Christiansen who lumps the ball forward, picked up by Zen Karnashik. That's a handball there. It's going to be a free kick for Denmark. Let's see, Christian Eriksen, an absolute legend in this team, this Denmark team, still playing for Manchester United, of course. And given all that happened back in 2021, that is a special special moment for the Danish midfielder. Denmark take the ball back. It's lumped forward towards Rasmus Højlund. Well recovered by Drukusic. Back to Jan Oblak. And Slovenia are going to pick up the ball now. How are they going to respond in this game? It's a driving run from Karnashik. Karnashik, he releases Sprora, who's got options in the middle, and it's played across the face of goal, hit out by Christensen. They are adamant that that was offside, the pass towards Sprora, but I believe it may have been a corner given. He will wait for that decision. It was clearly offside, Alexander Sprora, so if anything had happened, it would have, of course, been chopped off. But it has been a corner that's been given here, so if anything happens from this corner, that is extremely controversial, because Alexander Sprora was a mile offside when that pass came to him from Zan Karnashik. So Denmark will be hoping to just defend this in the best they can. And Slovenia getting lucky with that corner there, definitely. It's going to be whipped in from the near side. It's going to be Slovenia to take. Adam Sheeran, ready to whip in an outswinger. Looking for his options. Whips it in. It goes towards the Slovenia head, but picked up on the edge of the area, and it's, I believe, perhaps taking a deflection there on that volley from Erik Jensa. It did take a massive deflection there, so it'll be another corner for Adam Sheeran to take. Adam Sheeran on the near side once again to hit in a outswinger. It's whipped in and absolutely nobody there, but Jensa is there once again on the edge of the area to try and pick it up. He goes for the shot, but there's a sea of Danish bodies in the way. However, Slovenia are able to recover just on the halfway line. It's Karnashik. Karnashik into the middle with Elsnik, and the ball goes to the left hand side with Erik Jensa looking to try and move inside for the space, but the ball goes back to Drukusic. Again, that Danish high press really causing issues for Slovenia. They can't get a lot of time to even think on the ball, and it's as a result of that, it's made them lump the ball towards Benjamin Sesko. Then Denmark are able to recover the ball in the air at the moment with Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Goes to Jonas Vind. Free kick given just on the halfway line. Pierre-Emil Højbjerg with the ball. He's going to up to hand it to Morten Hjulmand. It's going to be taken by Joachim Andersen, the Crystal Palace centre half. Andersen looking for the long ball forward, but there's no options, so he's got Alexander Ba on his right hand side. Ba plays it just inside to Hjulmand, plays it back to Joachim Andersen, to Andres Christensen. Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Lovely play there. Slovenia perhaps trying to apply a bit of pressure. Denmark trying to break that pressure. It goes all the way back to Kasper Schmeichel, who I feel like hasn't had much to do so far in this game. And the ball plays to Christiansen on the left side, Victor Christiansen, and it's a bit of poor footing there to hit it out for a throw-in for Slovenia. Sloppy work there from Victor Christiansen. It's going to be a throw-in for Slovenia to take just inside Denmark's defensive third, but they're going to play it all the way back towards Vanja Drukusic. I think they're just wanting to try and have a spell of possession on the ball to calm things down. Adam Sheeran. Sheeran, good interchange with Karnashik, who's going to play it all the way back once again to the centre half, Vanja Drukusic. Drukusic now looking for his options. He's got Stojanovic even. It's going to be a long ball up towards Jaka Bijol. Bijol's going to play it back to Drukusic. To Karnashik. Karnashik, he's got options in the middle, but he opts to go back the way towards the left-sided centre half, Jaka Bijol, who's going to try and play it long towards Stojanovic. He just can't get his footing right. Kasper Schmeichel's there. He doesn't even try and pick up the ball there. Kasper Schmeichel just tries to play it straight out towards Alexander Ba, but Alexander Ba loses possession. Adam Sheeran now. Sheeran out to the right-hand side with Karnashik. Karnashik, no options, no space on the right. Christensen had them covered, so he goes back to Adam Sheeran in the middle. Plays it back to Karnashik. Denmark once again applying pressure. Drukusic spots the long ball run of Jensa. The loose ball picked up by Mlakar, and it's out for a throw-in to Denmark. So even when they get possession here, Slovenia, they're struggling to find options. The Danish press really causing issues for them. Alexander Barnow to take this throw long towards Rasmus Højlund, but Slovenia are able to recover the ball back for once. Erik Janza. Janza back to Jaka Bijol. Bijol back to Drakusic. Drakusic out to the right-hand side to Karnashik. Karnashik, that's a lovely ball towards Sprora, and that is a pitiful effort from Sprora there. Looked really convincing. He took the ball on the volley. It was given as an offside anyway. It was a tight one. It looked offside. Once again, the run from Sprora. Really poor effort though. Skies that into the stands. Maybe hit the top tier, perhaps it was that bad. But Slovenia there. Again, a dangerous pass forward. Sprora perhaps just offside. He could have probably avoided being offside there, but nonetheless a poor finish from Sprora, and Denmark are able to take the ball back. Possession has kind of evened out a little bit. It's now only 59% possession for Denmark. Slovenia getting a bit more of the ball back, but not doing much with it, and that's a pass there towards Hjælmand, picked up by Slovenia, and it's going to launch them into an attack now. Stojanovic tries to play that ball towards Benjamin Sesko, and it's a really botched effort. The long pass towards Benjamin Sesko, easy one for Kasper Schmeichel to recover on. And Denmark once again have the ball with Joachim Andersen to Andres Christensen. Andres Christensen to Vestergaard. Vestergaard now plays it to Emil Højbjerg in the middle, to Hjælmand. Hjælmand to Christian Eriksen, and that's a lot of space he's got to give it to Victor Christensen on the left-hand side to try and whip the ball in. Drakusic tries to clear it, gets caught up on the ball. Karnashik there to recover, and Stojanovic there to pick up the ball as well. He tried to pass it towards Sprora, but he's dispossessed by Hjælmand, and Denmark recover the ball again just inside Slovenia's half. Christensen, space on the left-hand side for Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Højbjerg to Eriksen. Højbjerg spots the run of Alexander Barr on the right-hand side, but there's a big effort there to try and get the ball to him, and Slovenia are able to recover. Jan Oblak passes out to Janza. Alexander Barr dispossesses him. No foul. It's a dangerous position here for Alexander Barr. Whips the ball in towards Christian Eriksen, and it's cleared away by Jaka Bijol. So slack defending there once again from Slovenia. Almost got in another goal for Christian Eriksen, but Jaka Bijol able to recover. It's going to be another corner for the Danes. It's the opening 27 minutes of this game. Slovenia 0, Denmark 1. A well-deserved goal from Christian Eriksen from a quick throw-in. Gave Denmark the lead, and they're looking to try and double it here. Christian Eriksen, that's a decent corner in, but again, can't beat the first man. Sprora is there. Christensen then to recover, and it almost looked in for an own goal there. That was a moment of madness on the Slovenia back line, and Jan Mlakar nearly cannoned that into his own net. Christian Eriksen picking the ball up again. He slices one in towards the box. It cannons off of Benjamin Sesko onto Jan Mlakar, and then almost goalwards. Jan Oblak beaten, and it was just an inch from goal. That would have been a moment of chaos, but obviously resulting on that is a corner again for Christian Eriksen to whip in. This time there's a Danish man there. There was, and it was Vestergaard who was there at the corner and gets his head onto it, but just wide to the left-hand side by a couple of yards. So again, Denmark knocking at the door for a second goal here. And just looking back at that initial opening goal, that beautiful flick on from Jonas Vind from the resulting throw-in in a dangerous position. Just lands so perfectly for Christian Eriksen, and that is a lovely, lovely finish from Christian Eriksen, making his 130th appearance for the national team. That was his 42nd goal for Denmark. And if they win this one, then it'll be a fairly big one for them in terms of qualification. Karnashik on the ball now for Slovenia. Again, Denmark high press, really catching Slovenia in an awkward position. They're boxing him in to that right-hand corner of their defence, but they're able to recover with a throw-in just inside their own half, with Zan Karnacik to take. Good interchange there between Serin and Karnacik. But again, Sia bodies in the middle, and he has to try and switch the play to the left-hand side toward Erik Janza, who plays a lovely ball to Sprora. Is it this time? And his touch is really poor from Alexander Sprora. Again, the space opened up there. I believe he would have been onside. Yeah, he was onside by an absolute mile. It's a beautiful ball forward from the left-back, Erik Janza, towards the Panathinaikos striker. And he just can't get his footing right. He's got to be more clinical in that situation. And Denmark sort of getting away with one there. Really the first proper sniff at goal from Slovenia. And they were undone by their striker in the midfield for Denmark. Now Christian Eriksen almost picking up on a flick pass on from Rasmus Højlund. Slovenia are then able to recover with Bijol. Bijol switches the play towards Karnacik. Karnacik takes the ball down, looking for his options in the middle. Hopes to go for Serin. Serin all the way back to Jaka Bijol. Bijol now in the midfield to Timmy Elsnik. Tries to switch the ball across towards Karnacik, and it's well recovered from Christian Eriksen. It's going to launch Denmark into an attack now. Eriksen to Hjulmand. The loose ball there falls to Højbjerg. Alexander Ba. Hjulmand tries to 1-2 it with Alexander Ba, but Slovenia are then able to recover. A moment of madness there from Timmy Elsnik. But Denmark still causing problems at the moment. It's lovely play from Rasmus Højlund to Jonas Vind. Vind to Hjulmand just outside the area to Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Højbjerg tries to play it inside the middle to Christian Eriksen, but it's dispossessed, and now Slovenia are going to try and launch a counter-attack at Sprora on the right-hand side, advancing towards goal. He's got Sesko in the middle. He's taken perhaps a touch too much, and he's decided to take it back to cross it into the box towards Benjamin Sesko. Recovered by Denmark, cleared away, but Slovenia able to recover the ball back, and it's Sprora on the right-hand side to Karnacik. Sprora. Drakusic. Ball now back at the halfway line. Bijol. Bijol to Timmy Elsnik. And Jaka Bijol now on the ball. Back to Vanja Drakusic. Drakusic now looking for his options in the midfield. And he has Timmy Elsnik, who switches the play towards the left-hand side with Adam Serin. Serin now looking for his options. Plays it back to Elsnik, who plays it all the way back to Jaka Bijol. And again, Slovenia just perhaps wanting a bit of possession now. Ball switch there from Drakusic. Just a loose switch towards Erik Janza. He's able to recover, but it just pins Slovenia back a bit. They're not finding the space, and that's a lovely ball towards Stojanovic. But well recovered from Kasper Schmeichel. So it's been a cagey start to the game so far. And it would have been offside there. The ball towards Stojanovic bounced onto the ground. He couldn't get a touch on it, and it fell to Kasper Schmeichel gratefully. But if anything had happened, then it would have been given as offside. Victor Christiansen on the left-hand side at left wing-back. Plays the ball back to Yannick Vestergaard. To Anders Christiansen. Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Christiansen. Back to Yannick Vestergaard. Vestergaard looking for his options, looking for the switch on the far side, but decides to switch to his right centre-half pairing of Joachim Andersen. Andersen to Ba. All the way back towards Anders Christiansen. Christiansen now looking for his options. He's got Hjulmand. Hjulmand to Alexander Ba. Back to Andersen. Back to Christiansen. Denmark being patient in their play now. Christiansen back to Ba, who's got a bit of space now. And that's a beautiful pass in towards Christian Eriksen. He's got options forward. Switches the ball to Vind. Vind tries to get the ball into the middle to Victor Christiansen, who gets his head onto it inside the box, but isn't able to make anything of it. Denmark recover the ball back. Christian Eriksen plays a beautiful ball in towards Rasmus Højlund. The Manchester United duo nearly combining there, but it's well recovered from Denmark. It's a beautiful ball in, low and driven towards Rasmus Højlund, but Bijol was there easily to recover that one. Out for a corner, another corner for Denmark in this game. The 5th corner of the game so far to be taken by who else but Christian Eriksen on the far side. Whips that ball into the box, and can it get a Danish man on it? It can. It's going to be Hjulmand who picks up the loose ball, tries to play it in towards Anderson, but it's recovered, and Slovenia are going to try and launch a counter-attack. Stojanovic on the ball at the moment, driving forward in the midfield. Good footwork, but just takes a loose touch, and well recovered by Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Højbjerg now, Denmark take the ball back. Just on the halfway line, Højbjerg to Hjulmand. He's got Victor Christiansen running on his left-hand side, but it will be Højlund who picks up the ball. Christiansen now on the ball to Hjulmand, the central midfielder. Mr. Andreas Christiansen. Joachim Andersen. Back to Andreas Christiansen. To Vestergaard. Vestergaard, that's a beautiful ball forward. The direct pass towards Christian Eriksen just on the edge of the area. He tees it up to Jonas Vind, who's just behind him. He tries to lump the ball to Alexander Ban. It's recovered by Slovenia. Cleared away only as far as Hjulmand. And Denmark are going to go again here. Christian Eriksen. Eriksen to Højbjerg. Back to Andersen. Andersen now to Alexander Ba. Ba back to Andersen. And he's going to pass all the way back to Kasper Schmeichel, who's going to take a real touch of the ball in this game. He's not had, as I said, much to do so far. Andreas Christiansen now. Christiansen to the left-hand side with Vestergaard. Back to Christiansen. 35 minutes on the clock. Still Slovenia 0, Denmark 1 in this group stage game. Slovenia able to recover the ball back. Bijol back all the way to Jan Oblak, who lumps the ball forward towards the left-hand side. Alexander Ba is there to pick it up. He tries to guide the pass from the clearance towards Christian Eriksen, but it loops over and out for a throw-in in a safe area for Slovenia. Matej Kek, the Slovenia manager, not looking happy at the moment with his side's opening 36 minutes. They haven't really been much in the game, but whenever they have shown any kind of direct passing, it looks like there is a threat there, but it's just not shown so far. And actually a long ball towards Benjamin Sesko. Can he do something with it on the far side? He's able to hold the ball well for Seren. Seren now looking to switch the play towards Karnashik, the right back on the right hand side, just on the edge of the area. He's going to try and whip one in towards Sproa, who was getting there at the front post, but Vestergaard was there to recover. His clearance looked out for a corner for Slovenia. It's going to be the second or the third even of the game. Sproa done really well there to try and get in front of Vestergaard. And then the ball fell to Alexander Ban. He was not messing about there, heading it out of play for a corner on the far side. And you feel like if Slovenia are going to get back into this game, it is going to be set pieces that will be their best friend. There's going to be a shot played there out towards the edge of the area. Stojanovic just on the edge. Could have went for the shot, but goes to try and loop it towards the back post. And Sproa lands so gratefully for him there, just in the middle of the box for the volley. Couldn't get his footing right. And once again, the linesman there to rule it out for offside. So the ball fell to Stojanovic. And yeah, the cross from Stojanovic, I believe, in towards Bijol. Bijol headed it into the mixer where Sproa was there. Again, Sproa, it was offside, but once again, couldn't capitalise on the chance given to him, the Panathinaikos striker. I say these two were extremely evenly matched in the World Cup and the Euro qualifying stage. They did play each other and they were in the same Euro 2024 qualifying group. They both finished on 22 points, but Denmark do have a run of 5 wins and a draw against Slovenia in the last 6 games. So they've been a great team for Denmark to play. Nonetheless, as I said, both finished on 22 points, first and second. Denmark beat them in Slovenia, and it was a draw in Denmark. And Denmark on the ball with the moment with Hjulmand to Jonas Vind, who's dropped back in support for Morten Hjulmand. Pierre-Emil Højbjerg out to Alexander Ba on the right hand side. He's got space, but not a lot of options. He sees Christian Eriksen just in front of him, and it allows him to try and advance into the box to play a 1-2. They're able to recover. Christian Eriksen, he's going to go for the strike. Deflects towards Victor Christiansen just inside the box, but it's trickling out of the box now on the left-hand side. And Christiansen plays it back to Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Højbjerg now to Andreas Christiansen. To Hjulmand. To Christiansen. Back to Højbjerg. To Victor Christiansen on the left-hand side, who's going to square up to Stojanovic. Runs out of options, so goes for Pierre-Emil Højbjerg just behind him. And that's a beautiful ball into Alexander Ba. Can he get onto the end of that? They're saying that is going to be a free kick, I believe. Alexander Ba fouling Erik Janza. Ball in from Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Whipped in towards the box. And I think Alexander Ba just fouling Erik Janza, but it's not been given as a foul. It's going to be a corner on the near side for Christian Eriksen. Janza did get a touch on it just to take it out for a corner. And Eriksen's going to whip it in now. Jan Oblak punches it away towards Hjulmand. Right, Christiansen, the furthest man back towards Kasper Schmeichel. Schmeichel on the ball. We're coming into the closing stages. I'm not expecting a lot of added time. It has been consistent in this tournament that there's not been a lot of added time that we're used to perhaps in 2022 World Cup or in the Premier League. There's been a lot of VAR intervention, not a lot of stoppages. So expecting not much, but we shall see. There's still 5 minutes to go before that. And Pierre-Emil Højbjerg to Vestager. Vestager to Christian Eriksen, who's sitting on the left-hand side, just inside the halfway line. Back to Vestager to Victor Christiansen. Victor Christiansen enjoying a great season at Bologna last season in their qualification for the UEFA Champions League for the first time. Just 21 years of age, making just his 8th appearance at left wing back, and he has looked good so far on that left hand side, enjoying a lot of space, and the ball was lumped towards him there. Cleared away by Karnashik. Falls to Stojanovic, who's getting backed into a bit of a corner in the Denmark press. He's got Drakusic there to help him, who lumps the ball away towards Seren. And Denmark are able to pick up on the loose ball again. This could be a dangerous opportunity. Christian Eriksen tries to hit it from about 25 yards. It's blocked, and the block then falls to Hjulmand just behind him. Hjulmand to Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Højbjerg to Christiansen. Christiansen to Andersen. Back to Christiansen. Denmark once again just being patient on the ball. It falls to the right hand side with Joachim Andersen of Crystal Palace. Plays in the middle to Hjulmand. Back to Andreas Christiansen. Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Alexander Ba. And Denmark taking the ball back on their back line, but Jonas Vind has came back in support in the midfield. Plays the ball to Rasmus Højlund to Victor Christiansen on the left. Tries to cut inside with a pass towards Jonas Vind, but Slovenia aren't able to recover, and the loose ball falls to Vind again, and it falls to Eriksen, and this time he skies it over the bar just inside the 18-yard area. It was an awkward angle for him to take the shot from on his left foot. Again, really sloppy defending there. Adam Seren for Slovenia in the midfield did not pick up the ball. Jonas Vind, just in behind him, was the first man to pick up on it. He gets the ball into Eriksen, and Eriksen perhaps could have took his time there. But compared to the goal-scoring effort earlier on in this game, that was definitely not as good. And the ball is cleared from Jan Oblak up towards Joachim Andersen, who fouls Benjamin Sesko in the process. It's going to be a free kick to Slovenia. Just inside Denmark's area, probably about 45 yards from goal on the far side. So a decent enough angle to try and whip a ball into the box. The big men coming up, Vanya Drusic of Sochi in the Russian league playing. He's coming up, the big centre half for this set piece. Slovenia, they're whipped in towards Bijol, and it's cleared away from Denmark. Rasmus Højlund picks up the ball just inside his own area, and it's a loose pass, but he's able to recover well by Hjulmand. Pierre-Emil Højbjerg, and it's going to be a quick counter-attack. Bar to Christian Eriksen. Christian Eriksen, good footwork to get on the inside. He switches the ball across, and it's picked up by Slovenia, but the ref has stopped the play. And Adam saying they're not happy with that. I believe it was a foul by Karnashik, just bringing down, pulling the shirt of Christian Eriksen as he tried to switch the play there, which was how Adam Seren on the far side was able to recover the ball. Clear foul, and Denmark able to go again. Vestergaard now on the left-hand side to Victor Christiansen. Karnashik picks up the loose ball to Drakusic, who lumps it forward, but Vestergaard is there. Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Højbjerg to Hjulmand. Back to Højbjerg, who gives it to Jonas Vind, who's just inside on the left. He's got Victor Christiansen on his left, but he opts to go in the middle to Pierre-Emil Højbjerg, who gives it to Victor Christiansen. Now he's got a man in front of him, so opts to go back. There's going to be just 1 minute of added time in this first half. Now that feels like a throwback and a half. 1 minute of added time in any game with football nowadays. Andreas Christensen on the ball to Yannick Vestergaard, looking to try and switch the play to Joachim Andersen, and you'd imagine now with just seconds remaining that they'll try and see out this half. Alexander Batz, a loose pass in the middle, picked up well by Elsnik. His pass forward recovered by Andersen, and now Denmark have space. Do they have seconds left to try and get a second here? Victor Christiansen tries to whip the ball in towards Jonas Vind, but the loose ball falls to Alexander Bar on the right hand side. Bar now to Hjulmand. Hjulmand takes a loose touch. Slovenia are able to recover, lumped forward. Benjamin Sesko can't get there, and it goes back once again to Denmark. Hjulmand on the right hand side switches the play, and that is that for the first half of this game. So perhaps hasn't been as exciting as some of the other games have started so far, but nonetheless a really great performance so far from Denmark. Slovenia struggling to get into this game, and it was on 17 minutes, that quick throw in on the far side. The lovely flick on from Jonas Vind to give the ball to Christian Eriksen just inside the area for a lovely half volley into the back of the net to give Denmark what is a deserved lead at half time. Half time at Stuttgart. It's Slovenia 0, Denmark 1.
Thank you very much, Jack. Fantastic commentary in the first half. It's good to hear your voice again. Half time here then, and Denmark lead by 1-0. The goal on 17 minutes by Christian Eriksen separates the two sides, as Denmark definitely the better side in that first half. Let's just take a look at the result from earlier on today. In Group D, Poland 1, Netherlands 2. Poland took the lead after 16 minutes when Buksa flicked on the header, past the goalkeeper Bart Verbruggen, but Cody Gakpo equalised with a deflected shot on 29 minutes. The substitute Wout Weghorst came on and latched onto a loose ball in the box to smash the winner for the Netherlands and to give the Dutch a early group victory. Later on this evening at 8 p.m. UK time, Serbia versus England in Group C. You can actually listen to that game on the commentary hub. Nick Jones is bringing that one for you. It's half time right now. We're going to take a break and we'll be back in 15 minutes. Welcome back as the players are coming back onto the field here at the Mercedes-Benz Arena in Stuttgart. First of all, the Slovenian team are out right now, the Belgian team already there. We're about to get the second half underway, so let's hand it back to your commentator, Jack Pesson.
Thank you once again, Paul, James, and yeah, we are ready to get things started once again in the second half. A really interesting game, not exactly the goal fests that we've enjoyed in some of the first halves of some of the other games in this tournament so far, but yeah, nonetheless, really interesting half of football. It's going to be Denmark to kick off, attacking towards the right-hand side of the main stand. As I mentioned, they're wearing all red. Slovenia even wearing all white. We're just about to kick off here. Two players on the kick-off, Jonas Vind and Hjulmand, and it's going to be a quick start for Denmark in the second half as he pushed the ball forward. Alexander Ba now on the ball on the right-hand side, gets it back to Joachim Andersen. Andersen to Andreas Christensen. Christensen to Vestager. Vestager back to Andreas Christensen. Andreas Christensen now looking for his options, but he's going to have to opt for Vestager on the left-hand side. Plays it in towards Christian Eriksen. He tries to flick it on towards Victor Christiansen, the left wing-back, but it's out for a Slovenia throw-in. Slovenia are going to get the first touch of the ball in the first half. It was a foul from Hjulmand on Elsnik. Elsnik managed to pick up on the loose ball, and Hjulmand clatters into him. So Slovenia are going to get the ball back again. Erik Janza tries to lump the ball forward. Alexander Ba right in front of him to cannon it off him off for a throw-in in a safe area for Slovenia. I say it'll be a bit of history for whoever gets the Slovenia goal if they do score today. Their first goal in a major tournament in 14 years. The first goal in a European Championship in 24 years should they score this afternoon. So there's history on the line for Slovenia. Matej Kek, the manager. He was the manager back in 2010 for that World Cup. Went to had a spell in Saudi Arabia with Al Ittihad before returning to the national team in 2019 to guide them to another major tournament. As I mentioned, it was a really great group stage for Slovenia. 22 points. They finished on second place, 4 points ahead of Finland in third. Both these teams playing each other in the qualification group stages, both finishing on the same amount of points. Denmark winning one of the games and a draw in the other game. So really tight contest between these two in the qualifiers, and it has been a tight game so far, but Denmark edging it at the moment, and it's going to be Rasmus Højlund trying to advance forward. Kusic there to recover. The loose ball falls to Jonas Vind. Jonas Vind got a bit of space now just on the edge of the area, tries to take it past the Slovenia man and in towards the box, but his touch is too much and it's cleared away by Jaka Bijol. Lovely defending there from Vanja Drusic on Rasmus Højlund, who has had a quiet game so far. Alexander Barnow on that quick throw in, and they're going to try it again with Jonas Vind trying to flick it on to Christian Eriksen. Almost a carbon copy of the opening goal there, but this time Slovenia not caught out. And the ball falls all the way back now to Andreas Christensen, to Yannick Vestergaard. Vestergaard in the middle to Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Højbjerg now switches the play to the right hand side with Joachim Andersen. He tries a long ball towards Rasmus Højlund, but it's too long, and Karnasic is there to recover. Stojanovic in support, tries to flick it back towards Kusic and misses the flick on and goes out for a throw into Denmark just inside Slovenia's area. All played out on the left hand side now towards Victor Christiansen. Christiansen all the way back to Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. And now on the left hand side, he's got Hjulmand in support, but opts to go all the way back towards Vestergaard. Back to Victor Christiansen. Hjulmand, midfielder. Plays it back to Andreas Christensen. Under a bit of pressure there, but they're able to resolve it by getting the ball to Christian Eriksen, who plays a quick pass towards Joachim Andersen. And Andersen tries to pass it towards Jonas Vind. It's picked up well by Sesko. Sesko advancing forward, fouled by Hjulmand, and it's going to be the first yellow card of the game for Morten Hjulmand. A foul there on Benjamin Sesko. Really cynical challenge there as Benjamin Sesko was trying to advance forward from the 24-year-old currently playing a good season. Part of just a list of stars in this Denmark team that play for a number of big clubs around Europe. Sporting Lisbon, Tottenham, Manchester United, VfL Wolfsburg, RB Leipzig players in there as well. Barcelona, of course, Bologna, who enjoyed a great season qualifying for the Champions League. And Slovenia on the attack at the moment. The ball tried to flick up from Jenza. Mlaka even, recovered from Andreas Christensen. And that was a dangerous challenge there as the loose ball went up the park from Benjamin Sesko, and I believe that was Vestergaard who goes flying into him there with his boot for the throw-in. In a dangerous position, which you imagine Slovenia will try and lump this one into the box. Erik Jenza to take the throw, and he is going to lump it into the box, and it almost falls towards Sprora. They're calling for a handball inside the area. It will of course be checked. It wasn't initially clear if it was a handball or not. Ball fell in there towards Andreas Sprora, lumped up, it hits off the back shoulder of the Denmark defender. I believe that is Yannick Vestergaard. Would be very, very harsh if that was to be given as a handball, not one that VAR typically looks at regardless. But the ball fell out from Vestergaard, did hit off him for a throw-in, and then some other dangerous area on the opposite side of Denmark's defensive final third, Slovenia's attacking final third. And once again, it's going to be whipped in to try and cause problems. Kasper Schmeichel punches it away. The loose ball falls in towards Bijol, and it almost lands there, but he still recovered. He tries to look the ball towards the back post. There is a Slovenia player down at the moment, holding his right leg. It'll be interesting to see where that came from. So it fell to Benjamin Sesko. Kasper Schmeichel almost botches the punch. Stojanovic heading it in towards Sprower, who's down, and he is taken out essentially by Joachim Andersen. I think they may have a case for a penalty in that instance there. As the ball fell in, Sprower gets himself in front of it. Andersen kicking the ball away. They are checking this for a penalty, so there's currently a VAR review in process. The referee has not been asked to go over to the monitor just yet, but we are waiting and looking at it on that replay. It could potentially be given here. I don't think it is. The check is over and the play is carrying on, so decided they're obviously not a clear and obvious error, and we play on. A really quick check from VAR there, and Alexander Ba now on the ball on the right hand side. Joachim Andersen might consider himself lucky on that situation. He did get right through the back of Sprower, but as I said, it has to be a clear and obvious error for VAR to recommend any kind of review. So nothing given, and we play on here. Hjulmand in the midfield. Perhaps that will just suggest a scare to Denmark as we want to try and shore things up with a second goal. Christensen tried to get the ball to Rasmus Højlund, but Slovenia are able to recover with Oblak to the right hand side with Karnacik. Karnacik tries to pass in towards the middle, and it's going to launch them into a counter-attack with Alexander Sprower, but Pierre Højbjerg is down on a foul, and it's going to be a yellow card for Peter Stojanovic. Let's just have a look at that one again. Pierre Højbjerg on Stojanovic. Looks like he perhaps wins the ball there. He's loose on his foot and he is able to recover. And you have to say he does win the ball. It's not that cynical of a foul in any way. But nonetheless, the referee gives out a yellow card for Peter Stojanovic. So he'll be upped by that one. The Sampdoria defender, midfielder even. It's going to be a free kick in a dangerous area for Christian Eriksen to try and whip in towards the box. Of course, the referee Sandro Schreier of Switzerland. Christian Eriksen now to try and whip the ball in towards the box. It's going to be found by Dejsman, and oh, Jan Oblak was rooted to the spot there. It was Andreas Christensen's header towards goal. A really dangerous free kick there from Christian Eriksen in towards Christensen. I believe it may have deflected off of a Slovenia player. Christensen there, yeah, cannons off of a Slovenia player and out for a corner, but so easily could have went goalwards, and Jan Oblak was rooted to the spot. Christian Eriksen now to take yet another corner for Denmark in this game on the far side. Whipped in towards the back post. Cleared away by Slovenia, but only as far to the right hand side. Alexander Ba going to try and get in front of Stojanovic, who has fouled him there. And that's Stojanovic, just a yellow card, goes right through the back. Puts two hands on the back of Alexander Ba. And he has to be careful now, Peter Stojanovic. As I said, the yellow card, he may feel like it was unjustified earlier on in the game when he won the ball off Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, but that doesn't matter now. He is on a yellow, so he has to watch, and it's going to be another dangerous free kick for Denmark to try and whip into the box, essentially near the corner flag from the near side, for Christian Eriksen to try and whip in once again. But Victor Christiansen is also there. It's going to be Eriksen to take it towards the box, and it's cleared away just well enough by Slovenia, but Højlund is there. Morten Højlund is there to try and head it on. It's flicked on from Denmark. They're going to try and get this quickly. Rasmus Højlund trying to find space on the edge of the area. Recovered, but the loose ball falls to Christian Eriksen on the right hand side. Eriksen, a loose pass towards Joachim Andersen, but they're able to recover with Alexander Ba. Ba back to Andersen. Andersen to Morten Hjulmand. Christian Andersen. That's a lovely dummy there from Christian Eriksen on the pass towards Rasmus Højlund. Alexander Ba, there's a foul, but play will play on here. Jonas Vind can't get his footing right, and Jaka Bijol, the centre half of Slovenia, able to recover for yet another corner in this game for Denmark. I believe that will be the 8th corner of the match. 9 in total, 12 in total. Slovenia have had 3. Just having a look at that there, yeah, foul from Djukusic on Rasmus Højlund, but the referee did play the advantage on. It's going to be another set piece for Denmark to try and capitalise on. They haven't so far. Christian Eriksen to whip it in. And again, once again, Slovenia are able to defend that well enough, and it goes all the way back to Viktor Christiansen, the left wing back, who's the furthest man back, who gets it all the way back to Kasper Schmeichel, the captain. Kasper Schmeichel all the way out to Christian Eriksen, the two experienced players combining there. And he plays it back to Joachim Andersen, to Andreas Christensen, to Yannick Vestergaard of Brentford. Vestergaard into Pierre-Emile Højbjerg of Tottenham Hotspur, just in front of him. To Andersen, out to Eriksen. Eriksen, a quick pass forward towards Jonas Vind, but Drakusic is there able to recover as his header falls loose towards Elsnik. And again, just the story of Slovenia's first half and so far in the second half. When they are able to recover the ball in the midfield, it's just loose passes, heavy touches, passes that are going wayward for them, and Denmark are able to just recover every single time. Slovenia have the ball at the moment, all the way back with Jan Oblak, tries to pass it out towards the right hand side. There's absolutely nobody there, and Andersen is able then to recover. Andreas Christensen with the ball. Højbjerg back to Christensen now, to Vestergaard. Once again, it's back with that Danish back line, who really have dictated the play from the back line. Ball falls towards Christian Eriksen, tries to leave it for Alexander Bär, but there's just too much for Alexander Bär to do there to get the ball, so it's going to be out for a throw in. Denmark believe the throw in should have been for themselves, but it's going to be for Slovenia. It's going to be Erik Janza on the left hand side to take, but it goes straight to Alexander Bär, and the loose ball recovered from Slovenia, but once again a lump towards Andreas Sproer, and Denmark able to recover the ball once again. A direct pass in the midfield towards Rasmus Højlund, cleared away by Drakusic, but the clearance falls all the way to Kasper Schmeichel, who hits a lovely volley out on the left hand side there to Christiansen. That was a beautiful pass from Kasper Schmeichel in goals. The Anderlecht goalkeeper towards Christiansen. Just showing off a little bit there, the Danish goalkeeper, former Leicester City man, of course, won the Premier League with them. I don't need to tell you who his famous father was, of course, as well. Also a legendary Danish goalkeeper. Mlakar now manages to get the ball out for a throw-in for Slovenia. Just inside Denmark's half. Be interesting. Coming up to 60 minutes on the clock, not a single change yet from either side. Slovenia, of course, have the experience of Josip Ilić returning. He did return in a friendly game just before this, his first game in 3 years for the national team. Scored in a 2-1 win over Armenia. Took a year's absence from football due to COVID and mental health issues. He is on the bench at the moment. As I mentioned, he's the only player who played in the 2010 World Cup side for Slovenia. So it will be interesting to see if he makes any kind of effort in this game. A long ball towards Sesko. Once again caught offside there. They say they look to try and get the ball to Erik Janza to find the space of the two big strikers have got forward, but every time it seems as if they're getting caught offside, both Benjamin Sesko and the Panathinaikos striker Andreas Sproer. That's a loose pass in the middle from Christiansen towards Stojanovic, who tries to get the ball out to Andreas Sproer. Slovenia fans still, of course, enjoying themselves, enjoying the occasion. They've got a couple other big teams to play in their group, Serbia and England. Of course, they played in the 2010 World Cup in a narrow 1-0 defeat to England, which England had to win in order to qualify at that time. As I mentioned, Slovenia finishing third in that World Cup group, despite beating Algeria and getting a decent 2-each draw against the USA. Denmark on the ball now, Alexander Bär, just inside the halfway line to Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. He's got space on the left-hand side for Christiansen. Christiansen back to Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Højbjerg to Hjulmand. To Højbjerg. Højbjerg to Christiansen. That's a lovely interchange of play there between Jonas Vind who dummies it towards Christian Eriksen, but Slovenia are there to recover, but the clearance goes back to Christian Eriksen, who's got Højbjerg on the left-hand side. Pierre-Emile Højbjerg to Hjulmand. Hjulmand to Jonas Wind, who's again dropped back. He's having a great game so far. Gets the ball to Christiansen, who tries to get the ball in towards the back post of Alexander Ba was there, but the cross goes all the way out for a throw-in on the other side to Slovenia. So Slovenia definitely still in this game at the moment. As I said, it's been mostly all Denmark in terms of statistics. 5 shots, 3 on target. Slovenia are waiting for the first shot on goal, but with that said, Denmark only have had one in this game, and that was the goal from Christian Eriksen on 17 minutes to give them the lead. So it's not been a vintage display from the Danes by any means, and Slovenia is certainly still in the game, but a second goal might just clinch it for them in this game. It's going to be Rasmus Højlund who's all the way back in support. And just Christiansen. Vestager out to Holmond. Morten Holmond. Out to Anderson. Gives it to Christiansen. Holmond. They tried a lovely interchange of play there, but it's well picked up by Jakob Bajol, who was having none of it, and now Slovenia can try and launch an attack. Now it's Andras Sproa, the furthest man back. There's nothing forward for him, so he gets it back to Drukusic, and Slovenia are going to try and fashion a chance out of anything here. It's Timi Elsnik now on the left hand side looking for the cross into the box. He lumps it in towards Andras Sproa, but it's cleared away by Jannik Vestager, and Denmark are able to recover the ball once again. Christiansen on the left hand side plays a direct pass towards Holmond, who's held up there by Drukusic. His second foul on the game from Drukusic on Rasmus Højlund, or certainly in the second half. Just holding him up there. Højlund tried to hold up the ball, and it is a clear foul from the Sochi centre half, Drukusic. Christian Eriksen now on the ball. Eriksen back to the so far reliable back line of Christiansen, Anderson and Vestager. All massive experience between the three of them. Andreas Christiansen now picks up the ball really well, and Holmond is able to pick up the ball just from his dispossession of Sesko, and now Denmark have a chance here. It's whipped in all the way across. Oh, it's saved well from Jan Oblak from a close range, but it's not away just yet. Højbjerg now picking up the ball just on the edge of the area to Alexander Ba. This isn't over yet for them, and it's a ball all the way across to Christian Eriksen. Can't get his head onto it, but it's still not away. Drukusic manages to clear the ball away. It's a counter-attack now for Slovenia. Stojanovic into the middle to Sesko, who's came back in support. And they're going to calm things down a little bit now, Slovenia. We're on a quick counter-attack. They're going to switch the ball over to Jenza. But he takes a really loose touch there. And now Denmark are on the attack, but the foul has been given on Jonas Wind, on Erik Janza, who's down holding his leg at the moment. Would have been a good opportunity there from Jonas Wind if a foul was not given. Jan Oblak looking like he perhaps took a sore one there from that opportunity. Waiting to see that one again. A beautiful ball in from Victor Christiansen towards Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus Højlund makes a connection to it. It's a beautiful save from the Atletico Madrid goalkeeper. To be fair, it's right at him, but he's still got to try and make the save there. And from a really close range, you would say with Rasmus Højlund, if he'd had it away from Jan Oblak, it would have probably been a better opportunity, but nonetheless, Jan Oblak showing his class once again, the Atletico Madrid goalkeeper. And it looks like he's recovered now. Certainly, if there's any player that Slovenia would not want to be without, it is their goalkeeper, Jan Oblak. Well, that's a long ball towards Andras Sproa, and it's not picked up by the Danish defence. Andras Sproa trying to get the ball into the middle, and oh, it's so close from Seren there. And a lapsed moment there in the defence from Denmark. A long ball forward. This time it catches out Joachim Andersen, botches the clearance. Andras Sproa there on the left hand side plays a beautiful ball into the box, and that is a sitter from the midfielder Seren. He gets his connection onto it. He's got to do a lot better there and get it towards the target, but it just goes inches, a yard wide of the left hand post. That was actually a really close effort there, but nonetheless, Adam Seren's got to do a lot better. And we're going to have the first change of the game. Stojanovic, as I mentioned, on a yellow card, made a dangerous foul on Alexander Ba just after that. So no surprise he's been taken off for number 7, Verbic. So the first change of the game, and it probably is a tactical one, as I mentioned, given the yellow card for Stojanovic. And Benjamin Verbic, of course, playing for Panathinaikos, alongside his fellow club colleague Andres Sprova up front, who played a beautiful ball in there for that opportunity towards Seren. But Denmark now, again, trying to attack forward and push for the second goal, which would surely clinch the game for them now. It's going to be a throw-in just inside Slovenia's defensive final third for Christiansen to take. Victor Christiansen's going to try and get it into the box. Vind plays it up again. Christian Eriksen on the volley, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. And once again, that tactic from the throw-in, Victor Christiansen towards Jonas Vind. Jonas Vind once again teeing it up for Christian Eriksen, but this time too tight of an angle on that left-hand side for Christian Eriksen to get a really good connection on it, and he skies it over the bar. Anyway, but once again, as I mentioned, Denmark trying to catch Slovenia out at the throw-ins in their own defensive third. And Slovenia, certainly after that chance, will feel like they're smelling blood here to get back into this game. Denmark will want to try and shore things up. That's a lovely throw-in towards, once again, Jonas Vind to tease it up for Christian Eriksen, just outside of the area this time to keep Denmark in possession. It's Morten Højlund. Vestager. Picked up well there by Slovenia, and the loose ball is going to fall to Verbic. Verbic now to Sesko. Sesko to Verbic on the left-hand side. Is he fouled there by Alexander Ba? The referee says no, and Denmark have possession now. Christian Eriksen to Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Højbjerg out to Jonas Vind, or Christian Eriksen even. Pierre-Emil Højbjerg on the ball. Denmark just try to calm things down a bit, as I imagine as this game goes and remains at 1-0, Slovenia will start throwing a lot more numbers forward, being a lot more aggressive going forward. I say waiting for the first shot on target. Slovenia, they should have had it there with that header from Seren, but as I said, it's a pitiful miss from the header, and it's going to be a free kick conceded by Andreas Christensen just inside the half from Benjamin Sesko. A cynical foul there from Andreas Christensen as Benjamin Sesko tried to beat him on the turn, and a bog standard free kick conceded by the Barcelona man. So a free kick just inside the area, perhaps an opportunity to get numbers forward to whip the ball into the box. But they're going to try and play it short to Erik Janza. Janza out to Bijol, who's going to try and lump it forward now. Cleared away by Denmark, only as far as Victor Christiansen, just inside the area. He lumps it forward towards Højlund, who brings it down well to Eriksen. Eriksen now, he's got Højlund on his left-hand side. It's going to be Rasmus Højlund of Man United advancing in towards the box. Is there an angle for a shot? But Drakusic, really good defending there to see the ball out of play for yet another Denmark corner. Rasmus Højlund thought he had the better of the Sochi centre-half Vanja Drakusic, but he did not. And also, just noticing there was a yellow card for somebody on the Slovenia bench. Perhaps not happy about that foul by Andreas Christensen not being further penalised. It's going to be a free kick, a corner even, on the far side for Denmark to take. Yet another corner in this game to whip in towards the area. Christensen to deliver in towards the middle of the box, and Jonas Vind was there just in the middle. I don't think he got a great connection onto the header in the middle of the box. It was a difficult one with the defender just right in front of him, and it loops over the bar and out for a goal kick. Goal kick which is going to be taken by Bijol and not Jan Oblak. Again suggests perhaps that there's an injury there for Jan Oblak, the reason why he could not take the goal kick there. But he's still on the field at the moment. Jakob Bijol, the centre half, out to Erik Janza. Janza now to Verbic. To Janza. Back in the midfield to Adam Seren. And now Bijol trying to lump the ball forward to Sesko, and he brings the header down towards Jan Mlakar. Verbic now on the left-hand side. Slovenia getting a lovely spell of possession at the moment. The space perhaps opening up. Timi Elsnik back to Drakusic. Drakusic to Bijol, who switches play to where there's space on the right-hand side where Adam Seren is. And Zan Karnashik back to Adam Seren. Tries to advance the ball forward towards Andreas Sproa, but Denmark able to recover the ball now and perhaps launch themselves into attack. It's Hjolmund who's brought down on a free kick just inside the Denmark half to perhaps relieve a bit of pressure there that Slovenia looked like they were promising to deliver, but again struggling to find a space going forward. Slovenia, when they do get a spell of possession of the ball, the Danish press has been really crucial in winning the ball back, but at the same time Slovenia, some loose touches, some heavy passes have really cost them in this game so far. And of course that excellent opportunity from Adam Seren just a couple of minutes ago, really poor pass there towards Alexander Ba. Alexander Ba takes a loose touch on it and it goes out for a throw in for Slovenia. But yeah, Slovenia perhaps been of their own undoing not to be in this game a bit more than they have been, but nonetheless still 1-0. All they need is a goal. Janza tries to hit the ball forward towards, throw the ball even forward towards Sesko, who's then fouled by Yannick Vestager, so it's going to be a free kick in a very dangerous area for Slovenia. It was Joachim Andersen on Sesko there. Sesko does really well to hold up the play. Andersen perhaps just showing a bit too much aggression there to try and hold on to Benjamin Sesko, and the Swiss referee blows a foul. In a dangerous position here to try and whip in the ball. It's going to be Erik Janza, left-footed, to try and take on the near side to whip in. And all bodies up for Slovenia now. It is getting perhaps to the kitchen sink time for Slovenia. It looks like it's going to be Erik Janza who's going to be taking this free kick, and it is going to be whipped in, and that's a beautiful ball, and oh, that was a close one from Andreas Sproa. It looked like he got a lot of space in the middle to go and get that shot on goal. Beautiful ball in from Erik Janza. Let's have a look at this again. Whipped in. Sproa would have been onside. It was on Joachim Andersen. And yet, oh, he gets his foot onto it. He's just got to guide that goalwards. If he's able to guide that goalwards, then that is Slovenia back in this game. But it goes waywards. Really good set piece there from Slovenia, and once again they're knocking at the door. There's going to be another couple of changes. Denmark yet to make a change in this game with 15 minutes to go. And just waiting to see official confirmation of who's coming on and who's coming off. So it's going to be Jan Mlakar who's coming off. He's had a relatively quiet game. Been playing mostly on the right hand side. I said Slovenia not enjoyed a lot of possession, and the midfielder Elsnik also is going to be making way for Stankovic and Sela. So perhaps suggesting even a change of shape for Slovenia's look to try and do anything to get back into this game. And here come the substitutions for the Danes as well. Two players ready to come on. Yusuf Poulsen, of course, still at RB Leipzig, and Joachim Mehle of VfL Wolfsburg. And we'll wait to see who they'll be coming on for, because Slovenia have possession at the moment. It's going to be Bijol. Bijol to Janko, and it's a long ball up, picked up well by Sesko, who's going to hit it. Oh, and it cannons off the bar. What a goal that would have been from Benjamin Sesko. He almost done it again with an excellent opportunity. He had an excellent opportunity in the first half, which just went a yard wide, and he's done it again there, but this time cannons off of that left-hand post. A beautiful ball up from Erik Janza. The loose ball falls to Benjamin Sesko. That's a beautiful hit. Would have been one of the goals of the tournament had it went in. Strikes that so well. Once again, Kasper Schmeichel looks beaten, but this time, instead of being a yard left of the post or a yard right of the post, it smacks right off the left-hand post. And out for a corner, which is flicked in, and it's going to fall on the head. Oh, what a goal! What a goal from Erik Jansa. It takes a wicked deflection, and Slovenia get an equaliser in this game. It's been coming the past 5 minutes. Slovenia slowly creeping back into this game, and it's a deflected effort from Erik Jansa who gets the goal. The left back, who really has been perhaps the most attacking outlet in this game, Erik Jansa. And that goal has stunned the Danish back line. They can't quite believe that they've squandered the position that they had in this game earlier on. I say the resulting corner whipped in. It happened all so quickly there, not cleared well. And Erik Jansa initially looked like an excellent strike, but it's very clear to see that it cannoned off of the midfielder Morten Hjulmand and into the back of the net to give Slovenia, you would say in the past 10 minutes or so, perhaps a deserved equaliser in this game. It has been coming. They've been knocking at the door slightly, and they are now right back in this game. 13 minutes to go. We have a football game now. Slovenia 1, Denmark 1. I say Denmark have had their opportunities in this game to try and see it out. They've had the dominance of the possession stats. But now Slovenia perhaps trying to chase a second in this game. They've got the ball at the moment with Seren. And just to confirm those substitutions, it's Christensen who's came off for Melee. Stankovic tries to all the way back to the back post. Is that the opportunity for Sprora? And he just can't get his footing right. Andres Sprora. Stankovic with a lovely cross ball towards that man Erik Jansa once again. And Andres Sprora was there in the middle, but he can't get his footing right. Let's take a look at that strike again from Erik Jansa. It was a fierce strike. It took a deflection off of Hjulmand. And Slovenia, as I say, back in this game now, and they look like they are on the front foot as well. They've got a free kick, won by Stankovic on Rasmus Højlund. And this would be a well-earned draw given the second half for Slovenia. They weren't in the first half whatsoever, but slowly creeping into the second half. Some excellent opportunities. One, of course, the most notable one, of course, from Adam Seren, a free header just inside the area. But then that goal, just a few minutes ago, from Erik Jansa has gave Slovenia hope in this game and an equaliser with 10 minutes to go. And they are loving it in the pockets of Slovenian fans. And of course, the big presence of Slovenia fans behind that goal there. Long ball towards Alexander Ba. It's cleared away by Jakabijol. I believe that will be out for a corner. A corner to be taken once again on the near side from Christian Eriksen to try and whip in an outswinger towards the box. And that would be a real sucker punch to Slovenia getting themselves back into this game for Denmark to take it away from them. Christian Eriksen whipping the ball in towards the back post, and it's well saved there by Jan Oblak. An easy save from the header from Yannick Vestergaard at the back post. There wasn't a lot of power in that header. Perhaps one he should have maybe tried to get across goal. It was going goalwards anyway, but easy pickings for the Slovenian goalkeeper, Atletico Madrid man, Jan Oblak. Karnasic trying to advance forward. Can't get a connection there with Stankovic. Here they come again. Verbic towards Sprova. I think he has a bit of Vestergaard there. This could be an excellent opportunity! And it hits the side netting. Looks almost like that went in there as it smacked off the side netting. But that Slovenia end would have went wild, and it's a beautiful pass from Verbic, who's been excellent since coming on. Gets round Yannick Vestergaard. Really good determination from Andres Sprora, and from a really tight angle Sprora goes for that effort. Would have been ambitious to try and go for goal from there. Didn't have many other options in the middle, to be fair. and the Danish fans cannot believe what they're watching. From the majority of the game, they've had relative comfort, and now they really are on the back foot, and it looked like that may have taken a deflection from the Sprower shot, so it's going to be out for a corner to be whipped in, this time by Erik Janza. Janza whipping that all the way. Kasper Schmeichel had to come out and collect and just tell them to calm things down a bit. Kasper Schmeichel lumps the ball out towards the left-hand side. The melee is there to Pierre-Emil Højbjerg. Højbjerg back to Christian Eriksen. And as I mentioned, Josef Poulsen even of RB Leipzig was meant to come on, but I believe the equaliser has changed the plans of the Danish manager, so that will not be happening. But the only change was Victor Christiansen for melee on that left-hand side at left back. Ball switched all the way towards Alexander Ba, but it's a pitiful switch that goes all the way out for a goal kick for Jan Oblak. And speak of the devil, there you go. As I mentioned, that Josef Poulsen is the man going to be coming on for Rasmus Højlund, who's had a relatively quiet game. Josef Poulsen of RB Leipzig. And I believe there's going to be a second change. Jonas Vind, who had an excellent game up front, set up the goal, of course, is going to come off for Kasper Dolberg. And a third substitution as well. Pierre-Emil Højbjerg in the midfield is going to be coming off for Norgard. So a triple substitution there. That's 4 substitutions in this game so far for the Danes. And it's going to be a goal kick for Slovenia to take. It's going to be passed out towards Karnashik. Verbic is there. Lumped forward from Karnashik. And Yannick Vestager almost botching the clearance there. Had to get his footing right, and he manages to get it back to Kasper Schmeichel. We've got 7 minutes to go here in this game, in the 83rd minute. Still Slovenia 1, Denmark 1, and really at this point it feels like it is anybody's game. Christian Eriksen on the ball in the midfield, fouled by the Slovenia man. That's going to be a yellow card for Zan Selar, a substitute who came on just about 10 minutes ago. Stopped the play, the run of Christian Eriksen. That's a yellow card. Holmand in the midfield, Morten Højlund. Andreas Christensen, Alexander Ba towards Josef Poulsen. Poulsen has scored 2 goals and 5 at the previous Euro 2020. It was, of course, played in 2021. Didn't score in that really pitiful 2022 World Cup group stage for the Danes, which was a stark contrast to the semi-final in 2021 at the Euros. Of course, losing to England at Wembley in extra time. And now Slovenia pick up on the loose ball. At the moment, it's Sesko tries to get the ball out to Verbic on the left-hand side. Alexander Ba now picks up the ball. Kasper Dolberg tees it up to Josef Poulsen on the right. Tries to advance forward. Holding up play well. Josef Poulsen out to Christian Eriksen, just on the edge of the area. Finds space of Dolberg. Kasper Dolberg, lovely play. Almost falls to Alexander Ba on that right-hand side, but the clearance he is able to recover from Alexander Ba. Now Norgard to Alexander Ba, back to Norgard. Norgard plays it into Poulsen just inside the area, and he tees it up well for Holmand, but it's an easy picking for Jan Oblak. A driven shot towards the bottom right-hand corner. Jan Oblak was already there to try and recover on it. Good hold-up play from Josef Poulsen to tee it up. Perhaps there could have been a third pass on there on that left-hand side. And Jan Oblak stopping play at the moment. There's a bottle of water in hand. I believe there may be a stoppage. Looking back at that chance there from Benjamin Sesko. What a moment that would have been if he had scored that. But nonetheless, it didn't matter anyway, because from the resulting corner, Erik Janza was there. Has deflected effort off of Morten Højlund, giving Slovenia a well-deserved equaliser, given the play in the second half and they want to try and make it go even better. Sela and Sprora collided with each other, but I believe there may have been a foul regardless from the Danish player. There's a foul from Christiansen, or melee even. That's going to be a free kick in a dangerous area for Slovenia. Adam Serin is going to be the man to try and whip that into the box. Karnicic is over the ball as well. They've got numbers forward. It's Serin to take towards the back post. There's a lot of space there for Bajol at the back post, but it's cleared away well from Denmark towards Josef Poulsen, who holds up the ball well and may launch Denmark into a counter-attack. Josef Poulsen, that's a really poor pass towards Christian Eriksen. Eriksen is furious at Poulsen for going for that opportunity on the pass. And now Slovenia on the counter-attack. Now Andras Sprora on the right-hand side. Sprora looking for his options. He's got Karnicic in support. Karnicic whipping the ball into the watch. Verbic gets his head onto it. Down on the ground at the moment, Verbic, the substitute. Norgard just in front of him, standing at his feet. Interesting to see what happened there. The ball came into the box. And yeah, just takes a hit on his arm there. Nothing much in that. Norgard first to win the ball. Hits it out for a corner to Slovenia. Well, the linesman did not pick up on Norgard winning the ball there, so it's going to be a goal kick. And just Christiansen. Christiansen now looking for his options going forward. He opts to pass it to Yannick Vestergaard. Vestergaard to Christian Eriksen. Eriksen looking for the pass forward from Melee, but it's well recovered from Sela. I say that Erik Janza deflected effort. The first goal in a major tournament for Slovenia in 14 years. The first goal at a European Championship in 24 years. Euro 2000 you have to go back to, which is of course the last time that they qualified for the European Championship. That's a long ball there from Joachim Andersen, who tried to get it out towards Melee, and it's went all the way out for a throw in on the far side, which just about sums up Denmark's second half here. Compared to the really bright half that they had in the first, they have not looked much the same team, and it's going to be another substitution. Hjulmand coming off. Thomas Delaney of Anderlecht is the man to come on, of course formerly of FC Copenhagen. And Slovenia now have the ball just inside their own half. Adam Serin gets it to Karnicic. Karnicic tries to lump it forward towards Sela. Sela keeps the ball in play. Good interchange between Sela and Serin. He tries to lump the ball forward towards Andras Sprora. Stankovic recovers in the midfield. It's a scrappy game at the moment. Melee is the ball to Stankovic, who lumps it forward towards Sprora. Once again, Denmark can recover. And once again, the loose ball falls to Stankovic. Stankovic now to the left back, tries to lump it forwards. And once again, Denmark clearing. Stankovic in midfield is there to recover. Verbic now on the left hand side, showing promise going forward. He's got support on his right with Sesko. Sesko now finds a space of Karnicic. She goes for the shot, and that would have been an extravagant effort from the right back. And we're going to have 4 minutes of added time here in this game. So 4 minutes for either of these sides to try and win it or settle for the draw. That was a really sliced effort from the right back Karnicic, who perhaps had his name in lights as it fell so gratefully for him just outside the edge of the area. Norgard now. Are Denmark going to try and push forward and get a win here? As I said, this is a very competitive group. England and Serbia. A draw might not be enough for either of these sides if they're looking to try and go for qualification. So you'd really think that for either of these sides, they'll want to try and win it here. Norgard on the ball. Falls to Andersen. Out to Eriksen. Alexander Ba. Slovenia not offering a lot of options forward. Christian Eriksen tries to lump the ball towards Melee on the left hand side. Karnicic is there to recover, and that grants a great cheer from the Slovenia faithful. Denmark going to go for another throw in a dangerous position here, as they had done in the first half for their goal. But they don't opt to try and get it into the box this time. They try and go short with Melee. Norgard there to pick up the ball to Christian Eriksen. Eriksen to Norgard, who's going to try and whip that one into the area. Kasper Dolberg was there. His header bounced into the ground and lost its fizz on the bounce. Went out to the left hand side. No bother there for Jan Oblak. And we're coming into just a couple of minutes left in this game. I don't think Kasper Dolberg got a touch on that. It almost went straight in from the free kick, or from the cross even. Yusuf Poulsen also there. And that will be a sore one for Denmark, given how well they did play in the first half. They did have a couple other opportunities since then to try and capitalise on their 1-goal lead and the possession advantage that they had in that first half. But Slovenia have just chipped away at them, and certainly in the second half, that definitely showed. It's been a spirited performance from them, and a well-deserved equaliser from Erik Janza on 77 minutes. Ball's lumped up now. Melee is going to try and pick up the loose ball from the cross from Yusuf Poulsen, who headed it back. It's going to fall to Thomas Nørgaard, even on the left-hand side. He tries to get it in towards the box to Thomas Delaney, and it's cleared away from Slovenia. Picked up by Melee. But it's a loose pass towards Thomas Delaney, and it goes out for a goal kick with a minute and a half left to play in Stuttgart. Still Slovenia 1, Denmark 1. And I suppose we should give out a man of the match award, and I would actually give the man of the match award to Jonas Vind, who set up the goal for Christian Eriksen in the first half. Played excellent throughout the game. Hold-up play was excellent as well. So the Commentary Hub's player of the match is going to go to Jonas Vind. And that's a loose ball back. Kasper Schmeichel had to be quick there. Andreas Sprower was right in front of him. Slovenia take the ball back once again. It's Stankovic looking for a pass forward. But they're just going to probably see this one out now. Slovenia certainly looking like the happier of the two, with an equaliser, with a draw here even. And the Danes certainly do not look happy with a 1-1 draw. They would have been expecting much, much more from their side, given how their performance in the last European Championship where they got to the semi-final, given the dominance that they had in the first half. And there's going to be another couple of substitutions here for Slovenia just to see out the remaining seconds. It's going to be Sprower and Sesko, the two strikers, who are going to come off. Particularly Sesko really putting a shift up front for Slovenia. Could have had a couple of beautiful goals from some strikes from range. One just going wide to the right hand side, and another cannoning off the post just before the equaliser. And they're going to be taken off by Bricolo, and Kurtic are going to come on probably for the remaining seconds. I'll be surprised if they get a touch in the game, the two players. Kasper Schmeichel to hit this up and over, and we're going to get perhaps a bit of added time added on to the added time. Djukusic will be all leaving there to try and head it away. Verbic, and that will be that. And what was a really interesting game of football. Denmark started so strong in the first half, and it was a goal set up by Jonas Vind from a quick throw in to Christian Eriksen to give them the lead on 17 minutes. But Slovenia huffed and puffed, and they were able to blow the Denmark house down in the second half to get an equaliser. A corner whipped in towards the back. It wasn't cleared away by Denmark. Fell to Janza, the right back, just outside the edge of the area. His shot cannoned off of Morten Holmand into the back of the net to give Slovenia the equaliser in the second half. Full time in Stuttgart. Slovenia 1, Denmark 1.
Yeah, wonderful commentary again. Thank you so much for that. And it has been a day of reckoning for Denmark, really having the lead in control for so long, then losing the equalising goal in the second half. This is possibly England, a great result for England now, because it does mean if they beat Slovenia tonight, if they beat Serbia tonight, they will move clear at the top of the group. So again, a result from earlier on today, the Netherlands picked up their first victory of the season with a goal by their first victory of the tournament with a goal on in the last few minutes by Wout Weghorst, giving them a 2-1 victory over Poland in Group D. But with that, we've got the England game coming up for you in about an hour's time. Join Nicholas Jones at 10 to 8 to see England take on Serbia. But for now, thank you very much for joining us today, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you and goodbye.